In a previous video, I researched the top 100 Etsy clothing stores that opened in 2024 that already have anywhere from 800 to over 10,000 sales in their store in just the first few months. And of the 6 strategies that I share in that video, one of the top ones that all of these top sellers are using to find that early success in their store is the Scalable Designs strategy. And hundreds of you commented the code word poodle on that video, asking for a full tutorial of how to create scalable designs the right way so you can find success in your very own Etsy store. So that's what this video is for, and I'm going to attempt to make 100 designs in just 1 hour using the strategies I'm showing you in this video. And if you aren't familiar with what a scalable design is, it's instead of creating a design each time you come to make a product for your Etsy store, you actually create a design template that's based on research that you can just change the words to and post again, change the words to and post again. And this strategy can save you so much time in your business. Here's an example of that strategy in action. This PNG store, which is a digital download store on Etsy, has over 25,000 sales, and they've only been open for 19 months. And if I use my favorite Everbee Chrome extension, which I will have a link down in the description for you to get 50% off your first 2 months, if you use my link, we can actually analyze their entire store. So coming over here, we'll click Product Analytics, and here we'll click this button where we're going to analyze all of their listings. Now this is going to show us what they've sold approximately of each of their listings in their entire store. So we can sort these by which ones have actually gotten the most total sales since they opened 19 months ago. And we can see their first top seller is this teacher design. So it says teacher, it's got some cute flowers behind it and some text above it. This one has sold 2,154 times. But you'll also notice that that design looks very similar to this retired design that they have down here. And they've sold this one 375 times. And if we keep going, you'll find other designs in their store where they've used that exact same style, like helping grow little minds, another teacher version, and so on. So that is one of the first scalable design strategies, where you come up with the concept for the design, the font, the colors, the graphics, and then for every niche that you find that you want to make a design for, you actually go and just change the words and post it again. Change the words and post it again. The second type of scalable design templates are more like this one, where it says, it's a good day to teach tiny humans. This one has sold 749 times for this store. And if we scroll down, we'll find some more that have a really similar thing. It's a good day to protect airways. This one sold 278 times. And if you keep going, you'll see that they even use that same style for other kind of sayings, but you'll see it's a good day to save animals. This one sold 200 times. So this is another strategy, is you create the design and part of the text actually stays the same, and you just change what the end says over and over again as you find new successful niches to get into. This is a strategy that I teach to all of my students in my course, the POD Roadmap, and just take Lai's example here of how well this strategy has actually worked for her in even just a really short amount of time. Lai says she joined my course in 2024 and has already sold 1,000 items in one niche because of the scalable design strategy. She said, thanks to what I learned in your course in the best-selling design guide, This is Gold, I made all these sales in just 2 weeks worth of designing by just creating designs in the most popular design styles that you point out. I have like 3 main styles that I just created variations of, and most sell well. Now let's do some research and some designing together using the 2 main laws of scalable designs. Law number 1 is your scalable design must be based on research. If you make a design and scale it out to 100 different niches, but it wasn't based on research, the colors aren't trendy, the design style isn't trendy, it's not easy to read, then it's not going to help you. Just quantity isn't going to make a difference. This is really a practice of focusing on quality first and then moving into focusing on quantity once you've proven that the design style is correct and based on research of what's already working on the platform. Law number 2 is you must apply the design to niches with a gap in that design style. If you go make a scalable design just like the one I showed you with the teacher word and the flowers behind it, that one's been done a lot. That's pretty popular here on Etsy. If you apply that same design style but looking just a little bit different to the teacher niche, you're not going to find as much success as if you found a niche that doesn't have anything that looks like that yet. Then creating your own version of it and adding your own value is really going to stand out because it's going to be the only thing in the search results that look like that. So you won't just come up with one scalable design style. I'd really recommend coming up with anywhere from 10 to 20 scalable design styles that work really well in lots of different niches. That way, as you find a new niche to design for, you have lots of different options to choose from and see what might be missing already on that niche on Etsy so you can fill that gap and get those sales. So let's start our research over on Etsy. I typed in mom PNG because I like to do my research for my YouTube videos using digital downloads instead of shirts because I don't want to out any really good best-selling shirts to thousands of people on the internet. But you would do this research searching for the exact product that you would be designing for. So if you're selling shirts or sweatshirts, candles, tote bags, mugs, you type in mom and then that example. You don't have to search mom, but that's just where we're starting today because it is a really popular niche to look at for what design styles are really popular right now because people buy mom type items every single day. So taking a look through the search results, first of all, I'm seeing I love this one. This mama loves her, I'm assuming her booze, and then she has custom little ghosts with their names on the sleeve. That's adorable. So just in general, you want to start paying attention to elements of designs so that you can kind of pick and choose what elements of best-selling designs you want to combine within your own scalable design. So scrolling through here, this text is really pretty. I like this repeated text with a graphic over top of it. This checkerboard's really cool. So you'll just kind of scroll through and see what there is already and kind of see what you might be able to kind of learn from. So it looks like there's a lot of collegiate fonts with different patterns within them. Another like collegiate style font, so it's kind of like the Harvard curved text seems to be really popular. Definitely this repeating text with a bow over top or a graphic over top seems to be really popular. So you're just paying attention to elements. So here again, repeated text with a graphic over top of it. So that could be a really good one to make. I also really like, it looks like this one and this one are very similar, but a little bit different. I like that it's kind of this cute kind of patterned alphabet text with some graphics around it. And you see this one is doing really well also with the same kind of idea, but with checkerboard added in, which is really popular last year and this year, and some little pumpkins. So I think this is one, you know, I'm seeing this a couple of times that I might go scale out and make my own design template that looks like this. But again, we're not applying it to the exact same niche. We're learning from this one and bringing it into other niches that we can make trending designs for. So let's hop over to Canva and actually make a design template like this, and I'll show you what that would look like. So starting in Canva to create my template for this best-selling design style, my number one tip for you is to always design on a background of the item that you want to use as your main thumbnail image. So in this case, I'm planning to put this design on a sand-colored sweatshirt because this is a fall design style. And if you make sure the design is really optimized for whatever mock-up photo you're going to use for your main thumbnail image for that design, then it'll make sure that it looks so much better in the search results instead of just designing, say, on like a white background. So then next we need a cute kind of alphabet letters like the ones that we saw. So my favorite place to go to get cute alphabet letters like that is actually creativefabrica.com. If you're not familiar with this website, it's amazing. Typically you can get a deal for about $50 for the entire year, and you get unlimited graphics and fonts for your print-on-demand business. But I do have a link in the description if you haven't tried Creative Fabrica yet that will get you 10 free downloads. So here I already was searching for some Halloween alphabets, which some are super duper cute if you want to make any Halloween designs. But this one is going to be more of a fall alphabet. That way it can sell all the way from, you know, August, September, October, November. This could even sell for Thanksgiving. And I really like the ones where you have a few different patterns, because that is kind of the vibe that we saw that was selling really well on Etsy. So you can scroll through these and find one that kind of resonates with you, that has a few different colors. You see some of these, the whole alphabet's just one style. I like the ones where it shows a couple of different colors all within one. This one actually right here I think is perfect for the kind of fall vibe that we're looking for. So when you open it, you'll just download it, and this is going to give you 4 different alphabets that you can upload to Canva. So I'll show you exactly how to use these. So opening up the first alphabet, I think I'm going to create a teacher design. Now I'm not gonna have time to show you all of the research and the proof of why I'm making designs for each niche that I am, because then this video would be super duper long, but I know that teachers do buy new items for fall and Halloween. And so what you'll wanna do is grab a letter from each one of these. So I'm gonna spell out the word teach. So I'm gonna pull in the T, then I'll go to the next alphabet and do the next letter and so on. And you don't want to resize them until you have all of them on the page. That way you can resize them all at once instead of having to resize them individually. So just kind of go one by one if you want the every other letter look to it. And then once we pull all of those in there, now we can actually highlight all of them at once and make them smaller to fit on the screen. Then we'll pull over the letters and we'll kind of fix these and make sure they're in the right spot in a minute. But we will kind of space them how we want. You can try and highlight all of them, right click and then say space evenly, tidy up, and it will kind of pre-space them for you. I think for this example, that is a little bit more spaced out than what I really had in mind though. So I'm gonna keep the A centered, whatever your center letter is. Then I think I'm gonna bring each letter a little bit closer, just because again, our inspiration images, I feel like the letters were kind of all next to each other. So once we have that how we want it, we'll recenter it. There we go. And I think that looks really cute. So one of the things that they had on those designs was a cute bow. So taking a look at different bows, if we type in bow on Creative Fabrica, we can click to see all of them. Finding one that is in a fall color or maybe a black one I think would be really cute. I think that one's too kind of flat. So I'll kind of scroll through and see what I can find, since bows are really popular this year. And again, it was off our inspiration picture, but ours has a totally different look to it. And again, we're using it in a design, in a niche that is different than the one we found the best sellers for. I think this watercolor black bow is really cute to go with kind of the black outlines of these. So maybe I'll kind of just put that right here under the A. I do think a checkerboard design could have been cute if one of these was like a checkerboard letter. I also think adding maybe some leaves could be really cute, kind of falling around it. So I'm just gonna look through and see if I can find any cute leaves. Like this one I think would be cute, but to make it match a little better, I'm going to grab this orange and scroll down, and Canva will actually show me what orange is already in mine. So now it's gonna match a little bit better, and I think that looks really cute. So I'll add just like a couple leaves around the design. Let's see. Maybe I'll put one over here. I just kind of duplicated it. Maybe I'll even like turn it. And then maybe I'll put another one over here. Kind of turn it the other direction. And there you have it. I think we have a really cute kind of fall teacher design based on the research. And then you would go scale this out into any other niche that you can think of. So in just a few minutes, I created 17 different designs with this template that are based on research. Now, I would recommend making sure that whatever designs you create are in demand and have sold well already on Etsy. Again, that's the point. So I went through and scaled out the nurse one to a bunch of different types of nurses, or you can go through and obviously do different types of sayings all together. So I know down here I did, dental squad, fall for Jesus. So 17 designs. You could really make a design like this and scale it out to as many different niches for fall as you wanted. And then so quickly you'll have these ready to get uploaded to your Etsy store. So that was using the first strategy of finding a design style and then changing the text, posting it again, changing the text, posting it again. Let's do an example where we're keeping part of the text the same and just changing the text of the design every time that we post it. So taking a look at the It's a Good Day Too niche, like that P&G store had, you can see that a lot of people make designs in this kind of setup for a bunch of different types of niches. There's a lot of different styles that people create these for. A lot of them are kind of more the retro wavy font style. So looking through this, something that I'm not seeing a lot of, again, we're looking for the gaps, is the collegiate style designs that we saw that were really popular with the mom designs. We looked through, there was a lot of these kind of curved Harvard style text looking ones. So let's take a look at creating a design like that. So I went ahead and created the base part of this design in photopea.com. It's like a free Photoshop where I curved the text on the top and then I cut out the text on this little circle. That way we can see the color of the shirt or the sweatshirt through it. So that's going to be the base of our design that we're going to scale out in this example. Now, if you're not sure how to use Photopea, it is a free version of Photoshop, and it is one of my go-to softwares to really up-level my designs in ways that Canva can't. Now, if you don't know how to use Photopea, let me know down in the description if you want a full tutorial of some of the ways that I use it, like curving the text or cutting out the text. I'd be happy to make that. And this time, if you want that, why don't you just comment the word pumpkin in the comments below, and if you guys want me to, I'll create a tutorial on how to use that. So I think in this example, I'm going with a white garment with blue text, because I feel like that is really the vibe that those kind of like Harvard text, collegiate style items have a lot of times. And so we created this on the beginning part, and that's always going to stay the same. And then as we make designs for new niches, this text down here is going to be the part that we change. So in this example, I said it's a good day to be a teacher. Now you'd come up with lots of other sayings based on any niche that you find that is selling really well on Etsy that you want to make a design for. So again, it always goes back to the research. But one thing that you can do here in Canva to save a lot of time, if you've got some good ideas to do this all at once, is you can use their bulk create feature. So here on this text, if we come over to the apps button, you can search for the app, which is the bulk create. Now, if you already have used it, if you search for this, you won't find it sometimes, but here's the bulk create button. So here you can upload data from like a CSV file that you make in Google Sheets, or you can just enter it manually. So here what you'll do is add the text for like the, we'll just say the saying. So we'll change this to saying, and then we don't need this second column, so we'll delete this column here. And so again, that first saying, so this is just to change the words on the bottom, we'd have it's a good day to be a teacher, for example. So I'm just going to go in and put a bunch of different sayings in here as an example, and then I'll show you how to use this. Okay, I put in a bunch of sayings into my chart based on a lot of different best-selling niches that I've seen over the years, just as examples, and then we'll go ahead and click Done. So to actually add all those sayings and have Canva create all those designs for us, you'll click the text that you want to change. So make the first one. So for this example, I'm saying be a teacher. You'll click the three dots and say Connect Data. So then you want to click this saying button and click continue. So now you're going to have it select all 46 designs, and we want to click yes, generate me 46 designs. Now you do need to make sure that your pop-up blocker isn't on. So if you see up here, it says show, it blocked the pop-up windows. So I can click this button, and now it's going to open me a new Canva document with all of those designs already created for me in the kind of variation that I showed. So give it a few seconds to actually go create all those designs. So in just a few seconds, it went through and actually changed that last word to the word that I put on the document. Now, if you need to, you can adjust these to make them like a little bit bigger or fit how you want, but hopefully you're making it around the same length of text so they all look good as is. But do learn from my mistakes and make sure you're doing this on a document with just one page, because I forgot to do that and it duplicated my other designs for each one of these designs. So now my document's like 300 pages long. So learn from my mistakes and try this with just one designs file as your first page, and don't have 17 other pictures right before it, because I did accidentally duplicate all of those 47 times as well. But now we created 17 of the other style and 47 of these in just a really small amount of time. So I hope you can see how effective this strategy can be. But again, only if you're basing the base design off of research, and then the actual sayings that you're doing off of niches that are selling really well on Etsy right now as well. So only 36 designs left to go in my challenge. Let's do this. Coming back to Etsy, doing some research. I like this design right here. This is popular now, and it has, instead of an O, it has a bow replacing one of the letters. I think that's a really cool design style. Looking through here, the retro wavy design style is always really popular. The kind of like this, I think that one's really cool. So just kind of looking through, and again, just paying attention to little elements that you can combine together. This kind of style where you do a curved text over top, a flat text underneath, and then a graphic in the middle is a really popular design style that I see all the time. Let's see, here's another kind of collegiate style. This is kind of the social club style that's really popular this year. So again, kind of do your own research, find what's selling really well, and then see how you can kind of scale that out. So here's the same idea, curved text, kind of flat text, and a graphic in between. That's a really popular one. Putting text with some checkerboard is really popular. So, you know, just looking through that, I really like that one where they had the bow replacing one of the words. So let's use that one for my last design style. I looked on Creative Fabrica for a floral alphabet, and I think this one is really cute. If you wanted to do all the different types of alphabet letters again and mix it together, you could. But I think in this example, I kind of like this first alphabet here. I think this is really pretty, especially if I can find a bow that's maybe this orange color or the yellow. So I'm going to download this and come up with some design ideas. So coming back over to Canva, I think I'm going to make a mom design for this one in particular. So I like this kind of letters. I'm going to try and find a bow to be the O. So typing in bow, you know, we could try and find a cute kind of watercolor one. I think that one might not be quite right. Maybe even a teal kind of color could be really good because it has just like a little bit of teal in there. So let's see if I can find any that kind of go with this dark green color. Worst case scenario, it looks like not a lot's coming up. So let's just do bow, and then we can change the color of a bow that we find. But looking at the one that was actually on the Etsy bestseller for the God is Good design, okay, it was kind of a big full bow. So let me see if I can find something kind of similar. I think this one could potentially do the job, but obviously it's not the right color. Let me see. I think this blue one's really pretty. So let me see if I can change the color of it. So the first thing we want to do is figure out what color that dark green is in our design. So I just added a text so that I can get access to what color it is. And it looks like they did give it to us here. So it's this dark green color. So I'm going to grab this dark green color here. Then I'll delete this, and now to change the color of a bow, you can't actually change the color of this really easy in Canva, but what you can do is click Edit and go to the Duotone button, and here you can click any of these colors, and this we can kind of paste in our color, and it looks like it's not doing the best job, so let me see, make the shadows a little bit lighter like this. I feel like that doesn't quite look right. So, but you can use that to change the color of graphics really easily, and it does work really well. We could go with a different kind of color bow. Let's see. Oh, this yellow one is super cute. And there's actually some yellow in our design. That actually might be perfect. So let's see kind of how we have it here. I feel like theirs was kind of overlapping the text a little bit. Let me go back to it. It was just kind of touching it. So let me kind of go back to mine and see what I think. So mom, I think that's pretty cute. I kind of like that. So then what you could do is come down here and do like a couple little bows and put custom kids names underneath these. Let's raise this up just a little bit and do some text. Let's say like Jenny. So this is kind of going off of that Halloween one we saw earlier, kind of adding different styles together. So then I will change this and add maybe Adam, and then do another one. This one will be Sam. So we've got a cute little bow mom design kind of based off that bestseller, or you could even put these on the sleeve like that person did with the sweatshirt. Then you could use the same design style to make lots of other designs just like this. So you could go through and make them for lots of different professions, for lots of different hobbies, or even just random sayings that you see that are selling really well on Etsy. But again, starting with this base of well-researched designs that are adding value into niches that don't have anything that looks like that yet really is the recipe to success in your Etsy store. Okay, and I did it. Challenge completed. I scaled out this design into lots of other niches. I did other types of nurses. I did some different types of senior shirts that maybe a group of people going to celebrate their senior would wear. I did some other professions like teachers, lawyers, lunch ladies, different types of teachers. Again, here I just added cursive on top to make it even easier to scale these out. That way you're not having to go in and add in all these different text and bow elements for all of them. And I scaled that out to all of the different ones that I could think of. And now we are completed with our challenge. So I hope that you really enjoyed this tutorial.